Today, the data protection is a very important feature we desire to have in the information system we work on. However, to provide that to our users, we need to employ several techniques, and one of them are the digital signature. Probably you already have listened to talk about that. But what is its purpose? We aim with digital signature to make the confidence that who has produced a certain information is the actual authors of this information. However, how it works? To understand this concept, we need to work in three themes. One is the asymmetric encryptation, or the encryptation that works with two keys, the public key encryptation. We need then to employ that to create the digital signature, but for it to be valid, to validate the digital signature, is also very important to have one public key infrastructure. So the goal of this video is to clarify these three important themes. So let's begin. The first theme we are going to address is the public key encryptation. It means the encryptation that utilizes a key pair. We utilize a public key and a private key. These two keys were generated together and they are assigned per each user of your system. It means every user needs to have a key pair related to that. And for what it's important? Because when one sender wants to send a message to a certain recipient, it then utilizes the public key of this recipient, which is public and it's a null key. And then we could take any kind of content, not just plain text, use the public key to encrypt, to cipher the text or the content, and then later on, when this recipient wants to see this information, it can use its private key that's just known by this user, and then it could decrypt the content and have the original message here with him. Okay, but this is the overall functionality of the public key encryptation. Working with two keys, one for cipher and the other for uncipher. But how it could help us to create one digital signature? We are going to use the same technique, but with a different approach. Let's see that. Now, let's see exactly how the digital signature works. We are going to work as well with the asymmetric encryptation, but now with a different approach. We are going to begin work with the private key, and just later we are going to use the public key. So the order of the processing is different. It means what? It means that based on a message that we would like this message to be readable by another users, we are going to sign this message. But how to do that without changing the original content? Basically, we take the content, generate the hash, the message digits of this original content, and then we cipher that using our own private key. And then to the user, we send two things. To the recipient of the message, we send not just the original message, but we send to them as well the digital signature. That is the hash of this original message, encrypted by our private key. And then this recipient, it has already access to the original message, but it needs to know if it was produced by us or not. And how to do that? It then we will use our public key, that's public, to uncipher, to decrypt the digital signature. We'll have the original hash of the message, and then they can generate again the original hash and compare both. If both are equals, then we really are the authors of the message. Otherwise, the signature is fake. Okay? That is how the digital signature works. But how the user can trust that one certain sender really is who this person say it is? So for this purpose, we need one third person in this communication. That is the public key infrastructure. So let's see what that means now. Now, the last part of this video is to give to you one overview about what means the public key infrastructure. It basically is one structure that is created to give some kind of confiability that a certain certificate really wants the user it says it wants. Basically what we need a process for creating these certificates. If a certain user wants to have a key pair in this system, it needs to pass to some registration authority. Normally it is one opportunity where the user has to present official documents, take pictures, make physical signatures and ensure this user really is the person that he says it is. And then this key pair is provided to this user and the public key of this user is stored in one shared directory that is known by all users that work in this environment. And this public key is also signed by this authority. That means this certificate really was created by this authority. And then when one recipient of one message receives one document with a signature, it does not need to ask the public key for the own sender. It could ask for the public key for this directory. That is a trusted source of public keys. And then if the signatures match when it's trying to be validated, then the user can have the traceability that the information really comes from the source it has informed it comes from. So that's the goal of the public key infrastructure. It's not necessary to create one digital signature, but it gives to the user, to the system, the traceability necessary to really work with digital signatures in the real world where we could have communication between different organizations, people that are distributed in different cities or even countries. Okay? So, hope you have enjoyed this video, that this theme could be interesting to you, that you could take some advantage from that could assist you in your working in the system security area. If you have some suggestions about this theme, please just write down at the comments. Thank you for watching and see you next time.